Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the 100. This is the second to last episode of the first season. This is episode 12. Hopefully we set up for an amazing finale. You know, if you want to watch today's full episode, it is available free in the description. Just click the link, put the password in, and enjoy. Speaking about links in the description, we do have our most liked and disliked characters of season 1. That vote is currently running. It takes literally 1 minute to press the link, choose your character and vote. Obviously, you know, it ramps up the engagement onto the channel. We can have your votes and mine shown in the final episode, creates discussion, and it's going to be amazing to obviously see everybody's different opinions on the characters. And we will do this for every season that we do of the 100 up until the very end, which we will vote for the best season out of the whole 7, so you guys can obviously do that vote as well. So I can't wait to see those, so thank you in advance for obviously doing those votes. Last episode, very interesting. We did see the aftermath of the bomb being exploded on the bridge. You know, the episode prior to the last, you know, we did see them go and get some fuel from the Exodus ship that obviously left the Ark and hit the ground. Then he obviously put it around some gunpowder into a can, put it on the bridge with the help of obviously Raven, who planted it. She was you know, she was not in the best state to shoot it, so that's where Jasper come. He hit that target, blew it up, and it took out a few of the grounders, and it did buy themselves a bit of time. Now we seen the grounders, obviously some of them got injured. Last episode we seen Finn get taken and Clark. They took him to the camp, and there was a little girl who's been injured in that explosion. Now she was dying, and they needed you know, they needed Clark to actually try and save her life. They said that they'd lost their healer, which was Lincoln, so obviously they needed her to try and save her. She done all she can. She was cutting her open, putting some tubes inside of her. She was trying to let the fluid out. You know, they was even taking blood from Finn. They was going to put it in a syringe and put it inside of her to try and do a blood transfusion, but it was too late, and the little girl actually did die. Now, they wasn't happy about that. Pretty much the conditions was, Clark, if you could save her life, Finn stays alive. If she dies, Finn dies. And she did die, and Finn's got taken away for execution, which obviously we never saw, but hopefully we see something this episode in either how he escapes or how they're setting him up for death. Now, Clark, she managed to actually escape. She kicked one of the guys in his knee, and then she turned around with a blade and actually cut his neck, which is obviously like the second kill we've actually seen her do. We've seen Adam, and then we've seen him. She might kill a few people like in battle with the guns when he was shooting, but those are the most savage ones with the knives. And then she's ran away. Now she's actually been caught in a trap, and she's been strung up, and now she's just obviously floating upside down into the sky. Now we do know that she has a knife in her that she actually took from their camp, so she might be able to pull the strength to pull herself up and cut herself down. But, you know, another interesting thing that we've seen is, like, the guys, they made walkie-talkies. So they cut the comms to the Ark because, obviously, they got no communication with them right now. They created talkies so that they could obviously walk around and stay in contact with each other. Now, Monty has walked somewhere, and he was like, oh, my God. And then we didn't see actually what he saw. But then when Bellamy was trying to contact him, you know, Monty, you're there, you're there, you're there. He wasn't. The talkie was left on the floor. So I don't know if he's been taken, what he saw. It's going to be exciting to find out. You know, we've seen Raven, she slept with Bellamy. She wanted to try and get Finn out of her head. I understand why she done it, you know what I mean? He's constantly on the mind, and she thought that that would be the best way to try and get over him, seeing as that she's only ever been with one person. But she actually admitted that it never actually helped. It always reminds me of stuff like that. It's like, do you know when people try it, like when someone kills like one of the family members, and then in a film they always say, I'm going to kill them, I'm going to kill them. And then they get them and they're begging for their life, and they do kill them. And then someone says, did that make you feel better? And they're like, no, it actually didn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of one of them situations. So it's going to be exciting to see, obviously, what happens with the Grounders and Finn. What happens with obviously Clark now she's been strung up, and what did Monty find? We also like that the Ark is actually, you know, still alive, a little bit intact. Abe was actually kicked off the ship as well, which was a rookie move for them because all of them actually died. Maybe she could have survived and helped them, who knows? But it seems like 1,500 people have died, which means that 700 people are left on the ship, which we was told earlier on in the season that 700 people was enough to get in the ships and come back down to Earth. So maybe they do that in the final episode, who knows? We'll have to wait and find out. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into episode 12 of season 1 of the 100.
Every system modification has been made. In 51 hours, life on the Ark will no longer be possible.
What do we do now?
Inside, I'm releasing all available resources to the surviving citizens of the Ark. What we have belongs to all of us.
I have a patient. She was hurt in the bomb blast. I need to go.
They're not just like waiting for the 51 hours to run out and die. It's pointless in saving everybody last episode, wasn't it, if that is the case?
I need this entire section mined by morning. Then we finish the south field.
Hey! Dude, we're going after Finn, Clark, and Monty in the morning.
And I told you, nobody leaves this camp.
The bomb on the bridge bought us some time to prepare, but that time is up. Get back to work.
He is kind of right, though. Like, he is kind of right.
So this is who's beating you?
Who are you?
I'm the man sent to slaughter your people. Your unit is mine now.
Yo, this is interesting, mate. They've actually got a proper chain of command.
Reapers.
Whoa, who's Reapers?
Fastest riders warn the commander.
No, there's no time. Kill the prisoner. Get to the river.
Do you reckon that's Lincoln? Yo, that's a good start, mate. Yo, what did they say they was called? Reapers. Mate, I'm excited. I actually am. It seems like the Grounders have got enemies on the ground as well, so it's not just these. It's others. Do you know what? Naive of me actually to think about it, because why would they have killing scars? You know, if there's no enemies on the ground for them to fight. So obviously, we are the Grounders, part 1. That's interesting. We are Grounders! I'm well excited now. Like, so they're called Reapers. They've got a proper chain of command, though. I thought that girl was the leader. No, mate. She might just be a leader of her little group. And do you know what I'm saying? And then there's like a proper bang, bang, bang. And you've got like the big dog. Can't remember who she said now. Like, he's called Chancellor or something. Don't know. Might have made that up. But it is good anyway, mate. It seems like there's loads of people. I knew that there was more people after Lincoln said that if he sailed across the lake and went down to the left or something, there was a clan there. But like, I didn't suspect that there was going to be more Grounder type people. That's exciting.
Don't you think I want to go after them too?
If it was you out there, you think Monty, Clark, or Finn would hide behind these walls?
Water. Please.
I'll get you some.
This is for tying the news that they hung me with.
Right. Bellamy's obviously on this list then. He has to be. He kicked the bucket, didn't he?
You know what'll happen to me if you tell Bellamy.
Tell Bellamy what?
Give me the radio.
That was smart from Jasper then, man.
Open the damn door! You're trying to be a hero! Jasper, die!
Still think it's him, you know. Lincoln. Surprise!
Lincoln saved my life.
Signal fire?
I needed a distraction. I'd say it worked. Not well enough.
Do you know what's interesting is he's literally put his life on the line. Well, he has put his life on the line. He's gone on everything that he's currently made of, if that makes sense. So like pretty much he was part, right, so before these landed on the earth, I reckon that he was successfully just chilling with the Grounders, part of their clan, doing whatevers. Then he's obviously seen them, fell in love with Octavia, then he's been kind of outcast, and now he's like working against him. Do you know what I mean? He's literally like flipped his life upside down. He needs to become part of the 100. He does. And I need a better name than calling him the 100, because there's like 90 of them or 80 of them. Like, what is the clique called? They better get a better name.
It's right up there. What is? Someplace they won't follow. Go!
Lincoln!
We know where they're going. If the mine doesn't kill them first.
Another amp of epi. Starting CPR.
We can't give her any more epi.
Rationing is over now. Get me the damn epinephrine.
In it?
There is no more epinephrine.
Oh, fine.
God, breathe.
Imagine being a doctor in real life. They go through these situations all the time. It's crazy.
Can't protect her anymore.
Clark doesn't hate you, Abby. She's just strong-willed.
Yo, let's just say, right, let's give an applause to actual doctors in real life. That individual, that doctor who's doing a procedure who doesn't actually save somebody and they actually pass away, how hard is it for them? They have literally just got to finish work, get in the car, drive home, have the meal, sat down with the family, just get up, back to work the next day. That's what you call a strong-willed person, mate. It's a ruthless job. It's solid, don't get paid enough. Mental torture, it's mad, and you got to respect him for choosing that as a profession.
Murphy, if you even touch Jasper, I swear to God, you're
I got
dead!
this.
Really? Because it doesn't look like you're doing anything about it. There's loose paint on the back. If I can pop it, we can get into the floor. Sorry.
You don't want to hurt Jasper, you want to hurt me. How about you trade him for me? You open the door,
I walk in, he walks out.
He's got to put a gun to Jasper's head. Yeah.
10 seconds or I'll put one in Jasper's leg.
Now they're gonna run through the tunnel, aren't they, later? Oh well, if they don't die in there, that's what that guy said, Tristan.
We have to keep moving. Look, you're hit.
Wow, he's been hit in the back.
You might want something to bite down on.
You people are so soft. If you don't learn to be more.
Mate, an influx of them need to go in. Loads of them with guns.
Holy crap.
We can make more bombs.
Loads of bombs.
Get that door open.
All right, now get up and toss it over.
Oh, does he want to hang himself? Maybe.
You want me to apologize?
I don't want you to say anything.
So
I
far.
want you to feel what I felt, and then I want you to die.
Like, I'm not going to be a hypocritical person. I actually like stuff like this. It's like an eye for an eye. Do you know what I mean? Like, you do something to me, I'm doing it to you. And like, I like how he's actually coming here. He's doing it. Do you know what I mean? He's got his little hit list. You all was involved, and now I'm taking you all out. Now, obviously, he's not going to be successful, in my opinion. I think that Bellamy's going to be in it for quite a long time. But I do like it. I have to admit, I do like it. And I'm excited that the fact that there's somebody called the Reapers, which they're scared of, you know, the Grounders. So that's exciting. Is it another clan? Is it... Well, it's got to be... It can't be animals. I was thinking that maybe it's like animals and stuff, but maybe it's just an absolute savage people who absolutely just murder anybody that they see inside. You know what I mean? No explanation, nothing. Just bang, dead. It's going to be good to see. That means that there's 3 different thingies. You know, we've got the Grounders, these 100s, and the Reapers so far that we know. I'm going to call it the 4 and the people across the lake that Lincoln said, but I don't know if we'll ever get to see them. And also, what happened to that crate? They landed in that location because they wanted to get to the top of that mountain, because apparently there was a care package there that could give 300 people food for 2 years. Is it still there? Do you know what I mean? Again, I would like to know that.
Come on, let's rehearse for the Unity Day pageant.
All the stations were joined. They called themselves the Ark. How does the Ark stay in space?
By keeping out of the Earth's gravitational pull.
My daddy says it's the thrusters.
Oh, can they thrust themselves towards the earth and break the barrier?
What is that?
Reapers.
Yo, see how he was scared? I like how they scared me.
We need to do this now.
I'm working as fast as I can. The wires for the door are mixed in with the ignition system. Sparking the wrong one would be bad.
Hey, interesting.
What the hell is this?
Tunnel on the right will lead you to the woods near your camp. Take this. Most of Tristan's rangers will be at your gate by nightfall, but he'll send riders ahead, scouts. Just get Octavia out of there.
Oh, he's killed one of them. Oh, he did. He killed one. Oh. Time Buster. Oh, he's gonna do it. Oh.
You're a coward. I learned that the day you kicked out the crate from beneath me. But you were just giving the people what they wanted, right? And I know the king's about to die, so who's really gonna lead these people? Me.
Gunpowder. Blow. He's gonna blow the side of the ship open. He is, isn't he?
He would have killed us.
He would have killed you. God, it's a dog-eat-dog world.
I love you.
That's a deep thing to say, that, innit? How long's it been? 12 days?
You broke my heart.
I actually say it wasn't his fault.
He came from the camp. Guy knows how to make an exit.
Innit? He's mad, innit? It's actually interesting. No, you gotta leave him, man.
No.
We lost a day because of this, and our gunpowder.
No, wait.
Yo, I like Jasper.
Hey, we heard an explosion. What happened?
Murphy happened. There's an army of grounders.
unlike anything we've ever seen coming for us right now. We need to pack what we can and run.
Our dead are buried behind that wall, in this ground. The grounders think they can take that away. They think that because we came from the sky, we don't belong here. We are grounders. Yeah! Grounders with guns.
That's true.
Damn right.
That is true.
If we leave, we may never find a place as safe as this. But that doesn't change the simple fact
You're coming.
that if we stay here, we will die tonight. Just take what you can carry. Now, get her into
Murphy, shut up, you mad guy.
Crowds make bad decisions. Just ask Murphy. Leaders do what they think is right.
So she does think it's right, though.
I am.
Sir, we've run every scenario. There are no more options.
Have you tried not saving it?
No more Exodus ships, sir.
But we have this ship.
There is one. We call it the Ark. Please tell us what would happen if we use the thruster to propel us into the atmosphere.
95% of the structures would explode.
I think you're smart enough to pinpoint the 5% that wouldn't.
Bring the Ark to the ground.
Only 5% of it. It's obviously going to destroy itself.
What do you say, Abby?
To be continued. Right, first of all, let's just go to the Clark and Bellamy conversation just there. Bellamy said large crowds create bad decisions, something along the lines of that. I agree. How many times have I said that when he needed a chain of command, yeah, somebody has to be in charge, and it can't be everyone. It needs to be a small council, and it needs to be like a mass of people, enough that can make a strategic, wise decision that helps the masses, but the masses can't be involved in that decision making. Like, because like he was referencing to, what happened with Murphy was just a out of control thing that nobody could stop. You know, soon as the mass decided what was about to happen, chaos started and Murphy nearly died, and this is the result of that action. He's come back for revenge, which I don't blame him. I actually don't blame him. It's so he made the episode interesting, but that was like why I was saying that when Clark's dad, you know, found this information about the Ark, that I didn't think personally that it should have been public. I do think that it should have been told to a big majority of people that can put their heads together to come up with a solution / deal with the situation. But letting everybody know could cause chaos. It actually didn't cause chaos. So like, you could say that I was wrong, and I totally would agree with your counter. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that my decision's the right one. This is a thing in real life that people don't understand as well, that somebody's opinion is not the right and wrong thing. It's an opinion, yeah? So I could think one thing, you could think the other. I'm not right, you're not right. It's when people try and tell you facts are wrong, that's the people that make no sense. In my opinion, the mass people creates panic, and Murphy was a prime example. But the counter to that is that when they said that on the ship, it worked in their advantage, where instead of having to pick 300 people to kill, they decided to volunteer because they knew the information, and it didn't actually cause chaos. It caused strategic selection, and they managed to buy themselves some time. But personally, the way he took that view that he's just said to Clark there, I do agree. The crowd of people don't always make wise decisions. We need to do what we think is best for the camp. That's what he said. We think, yeah? So it's not a fact. It's not what's right and it's not what's wrong. It's what your decision, you think at the time that you have to make something, is the right one. And she thinks that taking them away from the camp is the best one. I actually do agree with that. So even though I agree with Bellamy that the masses, you know, don't make the wise decisions, I agree with Clark that sitting there at the camp, even though you've got walls up, even though you've defended it, is not the best way to go. You can put bombs around it, but you are the prime target. They can pinpoint you in the map. You can't pinpoint the grounders. You have no idea where they are. They could be in the trees, they could be in the bushes, they could be in the caves. You don't know, mate. It's mass panic. As soon as you go out there, you could be hit off all angles. Well, as soon as you're there, where you currently are, you're sitting ducks. They can come and they can attack you. Now, if you leave that camp and they arrive in the morning and there's bombs and traps all over, a couple of them taken out, you thin their herd. You got, you know, time to run. If you make it across the lake, which I personally think that Lincoln, you know, after everything that we've seen about him, yes, okay, he nearly let Finn die that one time, but I think I've gathered enough information to me think that Lincoln is a decent guy. And I don't think that he would send them across the lake to the clan, which he was going to escape to solely, yeah, with Octavia if she wanted to. because he thought that was the place that they would take them in and it would be safest there. And now he's told them to go in that direction. So based on the information I know off Lincoln, I would say that's their best play. I would say booby trap the camp, get it all up, bombs and traps all over, buy yourself some time, get on the run, follow his map, get to this new clan. Maybe you can get more weapons, more people, more defenses. You know, you can like strengthen the army, get more numbers, and you'd be in a better position to defend yourself. So even though I agree with Bellamy on one side, I agree with Clark as well. So again, very interesting. But Murphy, mate, through Spanner in the Works today, created a bit of chaos. We'd like to see it. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully, guys enjoyed. And if you still haven't voted for your most liked to dislike characters of this season, please do so, because the results will be shown in the final episode. Yours and mine will create a good discussion, and we can obviously see, you know, everybody's opinions. So I really, really thank you in advance for doing that. I can't wait to see those results. But today's episode was interesting. So we did find out that there is another clan, so to speak, of people on the ground, and they're called the Reapers, and they are absolute savages, mate, aren't they? You know what I mean? Even the grounders are scared of them. We've seen a new guy introduced called Tristan. He come to the little group that, well, had Finn and Clark captured. You know, the leader, she thought that Clark was the last one alive. She thought that they successfully killed Finn. They got the nod when she asked the question. And then, obviously, they seen the flames in the woods. They was like, mate, we need to go over there. We need to go. And, you know, that's created a diversion for Clark to die. But she actually hasn't. She was taken successfully by, yes, that is right, the man of the hour, Lincoln. He's actually saved Finn and he saved Clark, and now he's took him into the tunnels, which obviously the grounders have figured out, and they've chased after him. They hit him with an arrow, but they're too scared to go in there, because these tunnels, yes, it is what the Reapers are using. Now inside of these tunnels we did see the Reapers. You know, Lincoln went over, he killed one of them, created diversion, they chased after them. We've seen them like savagely beating up some bodies. You know, they look really scary, to be honest. All the faces are mashed up. They look like they're in a way worse physical appearance than the grounders, but they also look like a more crazy set of like people than the grounders. They was beating up all these people, and then they left the bodies. He was still alive, but barely. You know, Clark and Finn, he had to actually kill one of them to try and survive, and then obviously he escaped. Now it's interesting because they're running back to camp, but in camp, you know, Murphy has gone rogue, mate. He tried to kill somebody else, which he's successfully done actually. He killed Murphy's killed Connor last episode. He killed the guy today, but you know, unlucky for him, Jasper seen him do it. Now he tried to grab the gun and kill Jasper, but he ended up tying him up and swapping him for obviously Bellamy. I knew that Bellamy would have been on his hit list. As soon as he killed the second guy, I was thinking, yes, you know what I mean, Bellamy is going to be on the list. He kicked the stool, didn't he? He was the one that nearly killed him, and this was his chance. He got Bellamy to obviously nearly hang himself. He actually done it as well. He kicked the stool. He was choking. You know, luckily we had Raven underneath. She managed to open the gates, but she got shot herself. He shot through the floor. He's hit her. The gates was open. They come storming in. He shot the bucket and that said caution, you know, highly flammable or whatever. Boom, mate, side is opened and he's jibbed away. Now, it's interesting. The fact is that the camp did welcome him back. So he's been exiled. He's lived on his own for ages. He was captured by the grounders. He was beaten. He was tortured. He was sent back. He actually was embraced again and accepted as one. And then he's kind of messed it up again and he's back as a lone wolf. So, guy's crazy. You got to respect somebody who's willing to go through all of that and put the life on the line to get revenge. You know what I mean? They'd done something to him and they wanted to get it back. So I think that's interesting and exciting. I do like it. Now, obviously, like I said, she's been shot now, Raven, and we know that the grounders are coming and they're going to attack. Now, I think it's interesting. Bellamy is kind of portrayed as the leader, but somehow Clark is. I don't understand how Clark... don't understand, actually. That's not the right thing. I think it's interesting how somehow Clark has been positioned as a leader when she's not really the one that's making speeches to everybody. Maybe it's people respecting the stuff that she's doing. She's willing to go out on the front line and, you know, attack the grounders. She's helping people as well. Do you know what I mean? She's hunting, she's saving, she's protecting, she's planting, she's fighting. She's doing it all, and maybe that's gaining the respect of everybody. Everyone's like, you know what? She's a leader. We need to follow her. You know what I'm saying? I know Bellamy's doing it as well, but he always calling the shots, he's deciding things, and she's always there leading as well somehow, and she's chose a decision that they're all packing up and leaving, which you all actually listen to. You know, that's kind of overruled Bellamy. But I'm excited. I do think this is the best way that they need to go based on the information that we've got given. But I'm excited the fact that the Ark are actually coming back down to the Earth. This episode, I didn't understand, but like, he was talking as if on the Ark they got 51 hours left to live. You know, do whatever you want, eat whatever rations, you know, spend it with your family, have a good time before we die. What was the point in last episode in saving everybody if they just gonna, do you know what I mean? Like, if I was on like death's door, literally lack of oxygen, couple last breaths in my body, I would not want to be revived to be told in 2 days you're gonna die again. I'd just let me fucking die now then. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's not the case. He's actually sat down, he's watched the clip, he's thought, you know what, we might not have any ships, but we've got this, we've got the Ark, and yes, if we hit the, you know, the Earth's atmosphere, we are going to self-destruct. Part of us are going to explode, but not all of us. You know, some parts are going to come back to the ground. I need to know which part of the ship is going to be best, you know, place to go to help us survive this impact and drop down to Earth as safe as possible. There's only 5% of the ship, you said, that's going to be survivable. What part is it? Let's get there. Let's get it ready. Let's get everybody like ushered into that section, and we're going down to the Earth tomorrow, which is the next episode, so I'm excited. So thanks for checking out today's video. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.